today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee with some bridge mix.
Expect paradangness to ensue.
If you hear rustling of the bag, the crunching and the crumpling.
And I think part of it is just the planetary alignments. And I did listen to Robert Phoenix this morning, and honestly, I can't remember what he was talking about, but all of it, everything is reaching a boiling point.
Anarchy.
I don't even know that it's a matter of anarchy.
Wasn't there an astrology thing that it literally made an A?
Oh, well, that's that one hasn't totally happened yet. That's when the second solar eclipse goes across the United States. And I think that's in like April.
Damn, next year's going to be rough.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And so within that...
I hate living through historical moments.
You really? You know? And that's exactly what this is. We sit and we read about all these other people and history and stuff like that. And somehow it's just words on a page. We don't really think of these people as being real people.
No. It's like reading a comic book. Sort of.
Because we have, even if there are volumes written,
like
there's no accumulation of books that can ever show the entirety of someone's life.
No.
It's just not possible.
Not in the slightest. I mean, you could write it out in as much detail as you can, but it will never be the same.
I've had years that I've tried to get down to either, 60 or 30-second sound bites. Because that's about the attention span of most people these days. Less since the advent of TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
And
TikTok has made a lot of people's attention spans horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's also one of those that hermit card. And this is one of the things that people that really didn't understand about the age of Aquarius. They've obviously never been around many Aquarians.
Age of Aquarius, age of there, now you're not.
Right. That's exactly what it is.
Like they're there and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
They're just...
Because that's Aquarius. Aquarius is a very interesting sign. And
they can be gone for God knows how long.
Uh-huh.
And then just pop up again.
They go into hermit mode.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. They can be amazing. They can be very bombastic, very gregarious, all these things. And then it's like flipping a switch. And it's like, they're done.
Yeah, very much so.
And you're right. It may be days, months, years before you hear from them again.
It's like their social battery gets just overwhelmed and sort of burnt out, and so then they just gone.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm like that, and the older I get, the less reserve charge that I have.
If you've got Aquarius in your chart,
I don't.
You're more likely to do that shit than other people.
Yeah.
I do that. I got Aquarius in my chart.
Yeah, but you've got a hell of a lot of Aries, too. I've got a hell of a lot of Virgo and Libra, which makes it a really, really difficult time for me. Really. And
yeah, you sort of clusterfuck yourself.
Yeah, totally, completely. That is the whole thing of it.
It's like literally you're at a crossroads or whatever, and you're just...
Perpetually.
Both people are waiting for each other to be like, go on, turn. But neither of them are turning to let the other one go.
Well, that can be as far as Libra. It's like, well, if I do this, this can do this. And it's like, it's not just a matter of weighing, if I do something, it's a matter of weighing what other people do and how that the end result can be. It is very much introspective. So is Virgo.
Yeah.
Now, Virgo that can help you get things done. It really can. But it's also, as far as Virgo, to absolutely nitpick the hell out of myself. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. The whole damn life.
And that's when people have been like, stop it, it's fine.
Yeah, and then that's where I need people around me to go, stop. Like you said, to just sit there and go, you're clusterfucking yourself. Stop. All of us need somebody around us at this point to do that. You know, that it's like when we're having the low points, when it's hitting our chart or whatever, we need somebody there as backup.
Yeah.
That's one of the wonderful things about humanity, is to have other people, to surround yourself with other people that can help you out in a rough spot. And you know, those who don't have somebody else, God love them.
Yeah, those people usually are in a rough.
Yeah, they're in a really, really hard spot.
Yeah.
But Hermit mode, and I do have the Hermit card from Tarot as our backdrop today. And it is a matter of introspection. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a matter of solitude. Not in a bad way. There is a difference between loneliness and enjoying your own company. Being able to entertain yourself.
God puts people in times of solitude.
Yeah. He really does. And it's, you know, hell, I'm an only child. I had no problem entertaining myself. And whatever the adults were doing, okay, teach me how to do that. That looks interesting. So I learned how to do a lot of different things. And I am totally grateful that I did not grow up with the internet. Totally.
And those people that grew up on the internet, like literally. God love them.
There was a lady that was the cashier at Walmart today, and she has an 8-year-old, and
Screen
she
in
was
front of face since baby.
Yeah. And she was saying that it was only recently that they got internet at their house. And I'm like, good for you, because there have been studies. Find them yourself. I didn't do I'm not doing the binary code thing tonight.
Yeah.
As far as that, it is rerouting people's neural pathways, and not in a good way. That it is an addiction, that it affects the brain and the dopamine receptors, to where these people have to have another hit and another hit and another hit. Another video, another whatever. And it's like, I will sit and watch Kid, and I'm not picking on Kid, with the TikTok thing, and he will watch thing after thing after thing. And I'm like, okay, what did you just watch? And he's like, I don't know. Because it's distraction, but he's not really learning anything from them. Now, some of them he does.
Yeah, there's some of them that I genuinely do like learn shit from. I've learned a lot of crafting stuff on there.
Yeah.
A lot of art skills.
That was the reason I got rid of social media years ago. Because it was just like, sit there and go, yeah, I'm going to look at Facebook for 15 minutes. And I mean, this was like over 10 years ago.
And then just hours are gone.
And I'm like, my God, I've done nothing with my day.
Yeah. And those days are that you're just like, what the fuck did I do?
And as far as there's no sense of accomplishment, which can lead to feelings of depression. And Kid and I, the 11 days that our internet was out, we were fine.
Yeah. I have VHS tapes.
We made our little videos. CDs. We went down to Mom's to upload them, and life was okay.
Yeah. Literally. It's just like you act like it's 90s again, you know? Internet's not readily available still.
But Hermit mode. I went to the store. I went shopping today by myself because Kid was supposed to have an appointment.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
But everybody needs a little alone time.
How was it for
just to recharge.
How was it for you? Like, seriously.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Was it?
It was.
No stress.
Well, it was just a matter of, and Kid and I usually get along remarkably well. We really do. But where he's had the ear infection and stuff, not being able to crank the music as loud as we normally do.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have to worry about that today. There was no discussion about what to listen to or whatever.
But also where we're together all the time.
Everybody needs
You need a break.
Yep. And that's true of any kind of relationship. And it's just like, I mean, think about this. And this is one of the things, because I ponder and I think deeply, and it's like, and I'm like, damn, to observe my own thought processes. Which was interesting. And I'm like, my brain is usually so busy. No wonder I stay fatigued. Because monkey brain.
True.
I have monkey brain. Everybody has monkey. Well, no. Do people who are neurotypical, do they have monkey brain?
No.
See,
No.
we don't know. We can't
They can function
imagine.
perfectly normal.
We can't imagine how that is because it's foreign to us.
Literally. A life of dysfunction because of some fucked up wiring in your brain.
That's obviously genetic.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I am a watcher. Not like, I hope I'm not like one of those from
Stalker?
Enoch. No, not like, we're talking about Enoch.
What the fuck is Enoch?
The watchers, the ones that God sent here to watch humanity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not one of those. I observe people. I listen.
That's a hobby. People watching.
That's just how I am. I've always been like that. And so snippets of conversations and stuff. And it was just like hearing this one lady talk about that her mother had developed a autoimmune disorder that had turned into lupus, and that her mother, that it is genetic, and that her parents are currently living in Florida. So they're going to have to relocate. And it's like, wow. And that information has totally changed that whole family's world. Just shifted that paradigm.
Turn their world upside down.
Yeah. And how people, it's interesting that it's like their time, their space, their whatever to them takes precedence over anybody else's body being at a certain point. In other words, they will run your ass over. You could be the only person in an aisle, and it's like they will get right up on top of you. And I do not like people being in my personal space that I don't know. That's years of training. That's also some PTSD.
That's more PTSD
Some
than
PTSD.
anything.
And it was interesting because I went down an aisle there, and there was a very unique looking individual in this one aisle. And it was sort of one of those, you're not sure how to gauge because, and people's like, oh, don't judge. You have to make some judgments in this world. That is how you survive as a human.
Yeah.
And so as I was going down that aisle, she spoke to me and she's like, would you happen to know what time it is? I always forget to bring, whatever. And I'm like, sure. Let's look on my cell phone. She's like, thank you. And go on. And she was one of those people that a lot of people would not have even taken a moment to tell her what time it was because she was odd looking.
Okay. I'm curious.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have found her intriguing. And Kid and I do that. People that are out of the ordinary a lot of times are the ones that we will gravitate to because we want to know their story.
That, yeah. And flat out, some of them look cool.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
it's just like, all right, I want to talk to you. You look cool.
And it's interesting. And humans are interesting. And I like to watch them from a distance. And it may be from a further distance at this period of
It's called
time.
people watching. You sit on the bench and watch everyone else
Oh,
around
I used to
you.
do that. That's great fun to go out. If you really want to see something entertaining, pull in just a random parking spot at Walmart or a grocery store or whatever. And every type of entertainment that you can possibly think of. You have comedy, you have tragedy, you've got, I mean, honestly, you do. He's thinking of small children falling down.
No, I was like, what is some lady like full on prom night, bawling eyes out, black mascara down the face?
Not usually that, but it's something. Being an observer is not always a good thing, because you see the things that other people appear to miss. And more often, and I've noticed this over the past 5 years or more, some of the older people that are out trying to do for themselves, and they need help, and there is no help. And these are the ones that if they're struggling to reach something or whatever, kid night, it's like, hey, you need help. You doing all right? Okay. And then if they don't, it's like, then we go on our way. Because that's what we do.
Yep.
And things that people shouldn't judge over. And there was a gentleman who was on one of the little scooter thingies.
Uh-huh.
And we're talking
You just scooting.
morbidly obese. We're not talking just pudgy. We're talking 500-600 maybe plus.
Yeah. Damn.
And it's like, God love him. What happened to him? What happened to him? Because there's a story there. It's not just that he's sitting and eating all day. And if he is sitting and eating all day, there's still a story there. Mm-hmm. Is he trying to fill some void with food?
Could be that, or it could be like some horrible medical condition, you know? You don't know.
No, those are the things you don't judge over. But you also don't sit there and, let him run you down with his buggy.
No.
Because he was just one of those, it's like, there for a minute, I thought, damn, dude, you've got both sides of the aisle here. I'm just trying to look at stuff
God.
and,
Oh, God. The giant boulder from, oh, God. Indiana Jones.
Yeah, really.
Except it's scooter
Just
form.
running.
Indiana Jones boulder run. Damn.
Oh, but as winter comes, and I hates it, for the new people, I hate winter. Hate it. And it's like, but now this one's not supposed to be bad, and I hope that it's not bad, because I realize that with fuel prices and different things like that, that makes everything harder for people who are already having a hard time.
Yeah. Yep, that is true.
And for those of us that have like the fibromyalgia and shit like that, whatever the hell it is, it just increased pain. It was grumpy. So part of the hermit mode is to not inflict myself on others.
Okay. I'll leave you be then. Damn.
No, kid, and that's the only thing as far as just respecting somebody's space. Mm-hmm. It's okay to go into hermit mode right now. Now, if you in reverse hermit, then you may have a problem, because that's that card when that's flipped. That is loneliness.
It's going to be like, what is reversed?
Yeah,
hermit?
that is loneliness. And we've got so many people. This is a bad time to be an empath also.
It sucks.
Because you can feel it from all directions.
Yeah.
And just the heavy.
Turn off the internet.
And
turn off the news, turn off the internet.
this is what books.
Watch DVDs.
Yeah.
Watch some
The
VHS tapes.
books.
Watch some anime.
Yeah, that'd be good. Speaking of anime,
The Dragon Ball Z VHS tapes. And, Evangelion.
okay.
Evangelion.
Yeah, you can do all that while in hermit mode. That does not mean you have to sit and just sit for the sake of sitting. But that's okay if you want to do that too. It's just like the group, the Japanese group, what is it? Ningen Isu? I think I've got that correct. I really do. And they had came out with a new song called "Farewell to the World," and I'll leave a link to them.
How long ago did they put that out?
A month.
A month? Mm-hmm. God,
This is from
that is a forewarning.
their 23rd album.
They've been around for a long time. Or
They are metal and they kick ass, and the bass player is just epic. You got to see these guys. I mean, you have to see these guys. And you've got the the singer and the lead guitarist, traditional kimono. I mean, everybody's commenting on this stuff. It's like, I wish my grandparents were this cool.
Right?
A lot of these
It's like, I
kids'
wanna-
grandparents are that cool. They just haven't paid attention.
Maybe the grandparents aren't doing anything anymore that's interesting.
I think it's familiarity breeds contempt a lot of times. Not everybody can be a metal whatever.
No.
So, but it's just interesting as far as hermit mode. And I bet you a lot of our people are going into hermit mode. They feel the calling. They feel the calling of introspection,
I mean,
of minute to self. Even Christ had to get away from everybody
Well, that's like I was.
for periods of time. So that tells you something. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with
No.
it. But I was listening to the canceled podcast with Tanamojo and whoever else. But she was like, this is the time that she's like really just needing to be just sort of just alone.
Mm-hmm. So it's not
and like
just
to
me.
shut off social media and
Yep.
just take a break from everything, like from filming and all that shit. Not even filming, but like just in general, the whole social networking and all that, because it's exhausting.
And yes, and that's some of the things these people that are these big tubers and whatever, because they have to do that. That is their business, and they have to maintain all that shit all the time.
That's what
because
she's saying.
people have, goldfish has more memory today.
She's like, she always has to make sure that she's doing enough press work to keep her name relevant and all that. And it's like,
thank God for our little pirate ghost ship. Yeah.
yeah. And right now she's hopping from podcast to podcast. While she has her own. So
She's just wearing
she's
herself
guesting.
out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because she always feels like she had, or at least she said that she was always the person that was like, if she was not doing something, she felt like she was wasting her time.
Mm-hmm. This is where it is a matter of to be still and recharge. That is valuable. It's necessary.
Yeah.
And I don't know where we've got this craziness that we've got to be doing something every second, that's doing whatever, or whatever's going to blow up. Well, if whatever's going to blow up, it's not because you took 5 minutes to go make another cup of coffee. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hermit mode.
The world
Embrace
ain't going to
it.
blow up if you're going to take an hour in the bath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me have my long baths.
I actually found holiday scented Epsom salts.
You did. And they smell wonderful.
One of them was...
I wonder how they smell like once they're actually in the
I don't
water,
know.
though.
It's that... What is that? Dr. Teal's? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Dr. Teal's.
And one of them was a crisp apple. I love those. And the other one, what was it? It was cinnamon and
It was
something.
like a cozy blend or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like
It was it was
cinnamon
warm
and orange.
smells.
Cinnamon and orange was in it.
Yeah, warm smells. Which will be great because our temperatures are supposed to plunge by like 30 degrees in a couple of days.
Ain't that some shit?
No, it's okay if you plan. If you know it's coming, you can plan ahead. That's where you sit there and go, okay, we had this kind of soup last weekend. We can make this kind of soup this coming weekend.
We're going to be, my issue is we're going to be hurting this cold. Like physically hurting.
Well, that's where you, Advil. And that's where you've got to find what is the source of the pain. If it's chronic inflammation, if it's whatever, and as far as ginger and turmeric and different things like that, there are things that you can do to help yourself.
Yeah. I mean, there are multiple ways to help yourself, but...
Yeah. But hermit mode.
Yeah.
That does not mean that this is...
Stick your head out the window to smoke rather than actually going outside.
These daily videos, this is what helps keep me sane. It truly is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we know that we've got people out there, we got pirates out there that's listening. They're going, hey, I'm right there. I am in the same boat.
Yep.
The same ship. Yep.
I was looking up something on TikTok that was completely unrelated to what we were talking about. But ended up at the same time correlating to what we're talking about, which is isolation. And it's like, the Holy Spirit will do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because if you've got stuff that you need to deal with, God will put you by yourself for a period of time.
Yep.
And I think that he's showing a lot of people. I've heard other people also that he's showing people stuff. It's like, deal with this now. You've put it off. Do a deep dive. Do this.
Yep. That's pretty much, yeah.
That was something I was praying about this morning. And it's like, because when somebody wrongs you, I mean, we're talking not somebody that said something that you thought was kind of sort of offensive. I mean, we're talking truly does something to bring harm to you in your life. And in our belief system, it is a matter of forgiveness. And that can be rough. And to sit there and you're like, Lord, when these people are standing before you, how are they going to explain why they did what they did?
Right. What are they going to say?
And then it was a matter of sitting there going, when I stand before him, I want to be able to say, I forgave them. Because there's parts that I still have not. I'm still holding on to it. Still holding on to the pain. Still holding on to the grudge. Still holding on to the whatever. And so to let that go and truly be free of it.
Yep.
Because that shit will weigh your spirit down.
Mm-hmm.
Because if somebody did whatever they did and they're dead and gone or whatever, and
you're still holding on to it.
You're still holding on to the memory of the pain.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's a shadow. It's a ghost. You're being haunted.
Yeah, being haunted, but at the same time, it's like you're hurting yourself.
Yeah. And you don't have to do it. Let God be God. He will deal with whoever it was. Mm-hmm. You can let it go and you can heal.
Yeah. We know someone that is currently going through that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. We know there's a lot of people going through it right now.
Yeah.
Now, there's a part of me that if I recognize the individual that caused some of that pain out on the street, would I be tempted to go up and knock that person down? Yeah, I would. I would be tempted. This is why God has to have me on a short leash all the time.
Yeah, go kick him in the shins like a kid.
Oh, that would be a total. That could be a total beat down on that.
I understand, but the most that you can give without God being mad, I don't know what would his opinion on going up there and kicking the shins.
Even that, because I can deal with somebody hurting me, but when somebody has hurt one of my family members, that's
makes your blood boil.
Yeah, that's worse. And to have to forgive that too. And to also put that in perspective, it was not done to me. Something is not done to you by proxy. You're taking on somebody else's pain. And if they have not allowed that, in a way, you're a thief. Ooh. Taking something that ain't yours. Ain't you got enough pain of your own? So these are things.
Right there. That's some deep shit right there.
This is the inner workings of my mind.
This
is why the hermit mode.
The the manifestations of your mind is an enigma.
Oh yeah.
Did you get that?
I did. Sort of, kind of. But
Patrick.
I love it. Oh. And maybe I'm like everybody else and I'm at my own ass and just need to sit there and go in there and wash dishes, do some moving zen. And I do need to do that. It's a period of time for cleansing. Mm-hmm. It's a period of time for refocusing on certain healing techniques. I definitely need to look into that. Go back and reclaim what I already know.
Yep.
There was like the sleepy time tea. Uh-huh. They've got different blends of sleepy time tea now.
They do?
They do. And I can't remember what that one was. I've started to buy it, but it was almost $5 a box at the Wall of Mart. It's kind of an investment.
Whatever happened to Celestial Seasonings?
That is what it is. Celestial Seasonings does make sleepy time tea. Ooh. That's some good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, their Tension Tamer tea was good.
Mm-hmm. They do have some really good stuff. And the Yogi teas have got some really good blends, too.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have the kava. Before you use herbal anything, folks, seriously do check with people, because if you're taking medications, that stuff can interact with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what works for one does not always work for another.
Nope.
But we've got to go back to the Wall of Mart at some point, and I may, invest in, I can't remember exactly what it was. I wish I did, but it was a specific type of, I know what it was, as far as sinus. Because we're not the only ones that when you lay down and you try to go to sleep and your nose stuffs up. So that, I thought, that would be wondrous.
Yeah. Something
as simple as an herbal tea. And a lot of solutions are that simple. Not all of them, but some of them.
Why don't America? I think it's just a Western thing. People don't drink tea.
I think it's we try to overcomplicate everything too. I think that's a Western thing.
You put the tea in the cup, and then you literally, you put the tea bag in the cup, and you pour boiling water in it.
Mm-hmm. And you cover it up and let it steep.
You don't even got to.
No, you really do with herbal teas, because you've got the essential oils, and if you don't cover them up while they steep, all that goodness just goes away.
Well, either way, it's not that many steps, so.
And then you can take the tea bag out and put you some honey or some,
Yeah, it ain't that hard to make a
cane
cup of tea.
Sugar.
Ain't that hard to make a cup of tea anymore.
No. And to sit and truly enjoy the tea. Feel the warmth of the cup, the aroma of the tea, the taste of the tea. And to be able to do that thoroughly, you got to turn the other shit off, or you get distracted. I think that's why everybody is worn out. They're mentally, the brain is not designed to be pulled in 50 million ways at the same time.
No.
That's like being drawn and quartered.
It hurts.
Uh-huh. And it doesn't have to. Hermit mode. the Hermit card. Embrace him. Love him.
I'm all right.
Love him from a distance. Yeah. So it was
Love
your
him
final.
from a distance.
Sure. Just your
There
final
he goes.
thoughts.
Goes back onto his hill.
Is it your final thoughts?
Yep.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you are going through or can feel the calling of the hermit mode, let us know in the comments, or you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And yeah, I will put the link for the rocking kick-ass Japanese band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you like this video, I didn't get a cue. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. What are you're laughing at me?
No. Just laughing in general. You paranoid?
No, I was thinking of that purple bubblegum monster from Ghost Rider.
Right. Well, it was like that Joe Pesci thing in Goodfellas. He never watched that. Don't watch that.
I don't
What
know
am I funny? What am I funny? Like a clown?
The fuck is that?
Know
have to
that you
look that
are
up.
very loved. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.